This situation keeps getting crazier in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh Steelers are being held hostage by this former Super Bowl winning quarterback as he cannot make up his mind whether or not he wants to play in Pittsburgh or stay in New York and play for the New York Giants. My name is Peyton Kleppe, and on today's episode of Steelers Digest, we'll be breaking down the latest rumors connecting the Pittsburgh Steelers to Aaron Rodgers. Before we do anything, I'm going to need you guys to click that subscribe button down below. Only 9% of our current viewers are currently subscribed. So if you click that button below, we're going to get you guys the latest Pittsburgh rumors regarding free agency, draft rumors, anything Steelers related. We will make a daily video about it. Let's get right into this news. We got a lot to talk about regarding Aaron Rodgers and whether or not he will be playing in the black and gold next year. Let's get right into these rumors. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers have been linked to Aaron Rodgers these past couple of days after we missed out on Justin Fields. But, looking at the contract details after his signing, it's probably better that we did not sign this guy. He got a lot of money guaranteed from the New York Jets. He got $30 million guaranteed. And the Pittsburgh Steelers had an offer where he had $20 million guaranteed, but they just weren't willing to give him that guaranteed money in that second year of the contract. So Justin Fields moves on, and the Steelers look to sign Aaron Rodgers in free agency. This has been a weird situation for us Pittsburgh Steelers fans, as we've never dealt with a situation like this. Up to this point, I was never a big Rodgers fan, but he is a super talented quarterback, and hey, if he wants to play in Pittsburgh and we can get that contract right, why not? He did win the Super Bowl against us, and he's had phenomenal seasons ever since that Super Bowl win. Although he's not gotten back to a Super Bowl, he's still played lights out in the regular season and in the playoffs. So the latest news on Rodgers is that, he's really holding the entire Steelers organization kind of hostage right now. News broke that he wanted to play for the Steelers yesterday around afternoon time, and ever since then, there really hasn't been any update. The only thing that was said was that he wants to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and contract negotiations began, but there was really no news after that. The top NFL reporters Schefter and Pelissero really haven't given us any update on the situation, and really haven't gotten any word. Aaron Rodgers is a very peculiar guy, very weird guy, but he's an all-time great quarterback, so we got to respect his decision and, see what happens. He is 41, so he could look to, hey, I want to play one more year and retire, or, hey, I just want to retire now. He really has not said anything official regarding his future, but it's kind of assumed that he wants to play one or two more years. I believe on the Pat McAfee show or an interview, he did confirm that, so and these rumors, they're definitely real rumors. He has been in talks with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants. So he definitely still does want to play. But, there's been a lot of conflicting reports about Rodgers, whether he's going to go play for the Vikings, whether he's going to go stay in New York and play for the Giants, or whether he's going to, play for Pittsburgh. And all signs were that he was going to make his decision today, Wednesday, but it could be weeks before a decision is made. Pittsburgh Steelers still have a lot of guys that need to get under contract, and the draft is coming up, so nobody's really in a rush. The only people who are in a rush is Omar and Mike Tomlin. They're really the only two on the hot seat right now because the Pittsburgh Steelers do not have a quarterback number one. So we just got to play the waiting game and see what happens. But as of now, there is no rush on the Aaron Rodgers side, so we will see. But, Pat McAfee retweeted this recently. It's a quote and from his show, actually, where Aaron Rodgers talked about Pittsburgh. And he said, I love Pittsburgh. It's a blue-collar town. And Mike Tomlin is a fantastic coach who knows how to lead players, and players love playing for. So, Aaron Rodgers has been linked to us in the past. A few years ago when he was trying to get out of Green Bay, we were one of the teams who was rumored to reach out and see if he wanted to come play for us. But obviously, we know how things went down, and it didn't happen. But today on the Pat McAfee show, AJ Hawk did confirm that he does want to play, or he does want Aaron Rodgers to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, although that is not Aaron Rodgers' not his official decision. It is confirmed that some of his friends do want him to come play for Pittsburgh. Obviously, Pat McAfee is a Pittsburgh guy himself too, so I'd assume that he wants Rodgers to come play for Pittsburgh. And it would be awesome to see our quarterback on a podcast with McAfee every Tuesday or whenever he decided to come on. Obviously, Rodgers does come with that kind of baggage where he is a very social media friendly quarterback, and he does like to give his opinion on his outlook on the team during the season and how the team's being run. So that is something that us Steelers fans have to take into account. That did happen in New York with Aaron Rodgers, where he kind of wanted to be the captain of the ship, some could say. And he forced the Jets to fire Coach Robert Saleh in the third or fourth week of the season last year. It was pretty much obvious that it was Rodgers' decision that he wanted this to be done, and he wanted more control of the team. And, Rodgers has had teams kind of do his bidding in the past. The Jets signed guys like Adam Lazard, Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb. They signed him out of free agency a few years ago when he couldn't find a job anywhere else. So, the thing is, if we do get Rodgers, he's going to have to play like a team player and put his ego aside, because having him on a team with George Pickens, on a team with DK Metcalf, there's way too much talent for those guys to let their egos get ahead of them and not stack up some wins, because our roster on paper with Aaron Rodgers is a playoff roster, it's a Super Bowl roster, and it's a capable roster with a lot of talent. Looking at that offense with Aaron Rodgers under center, a developing, growing O-line with guys like Mason McCormick, Zach Frazier, Troy Fontanu, Broderick Jones, and a veteran like Isaac Seumalo. And then on the outside, we got DK Metcalf at number 1, George Pickens at 1B. We got Calvin Austin working the slot, and we got Freiermuth and Darnell Washington working the middle, with the backfield looking like Jaylen Warren, Kenneth Gainwell, and whoever we decide to pick up in the draft. All the options are open. So, but the thing is, like I said, Rodgers, Metcalf, Pickens, they're all going to have to put their ego aside and decide that, this is way bigger than us. We got to bring that standard back to Pittsburgh and stack up some wins and get some playoff wins, because things need to change, and we can't keep doing the same old thing in Pittsburgh. But we'll have to wait and see. That is all I have for you guys this afternoon on Steelers Digest. If you guys have not subscribed already, click that subscribe button down below. Thanks so much. Peace out, boys.